Don't mind me, sir. I'm on a bike. You're a dick in a car. Greetings and welcome, people. You have joined Mighty Beanstick out for the first time vlogging and riding in 2018. And do excuse the sniffles. It's a little bit chilly. I'm not entirely sure of the actual temperature today. I know it's in single figures Celsius. So this is probably about 40 something degrees in proper money, Fahrenheit. Excuse me. This is a gloriously sunny day. Makes a change for January, for any time winter in the UK, basically. It does happen. And yeah, taking advantage of it at my first possible opportunity. I haven't been out on the bike since before Christmas, for various reasons, not the least of which is Christmas itself, or the preparations therefore. It's a very important holiday for me, probably one of the most looked forward to holidays in my year. Even beyond my own birthday, which yes, I count that as a holiday, because even when I was working full time, I would always endeavour, whenever possible, to get my birthday off if it fell on a working day. But yes, here we are now on the 19th of January. Already 2/3 of the way through the first month of the new year. Which some people might view as a negative thing. Time seems to be passing faster and faster every year. But I try to look on the positive side and think, well, the quicker the year goes by, the quicker we'll be back at Christmas. Anyway, enough about that. Yes, it's been about 5 weeks since I was last out on my beautiful bike. I'll have to check up on that when I get back home, when the last time actually was. But again, excuse me, busy times preparing for Christmas. Could have gone there, mate. Never mind. And of course, over December and beginning part of January, the weather was not ideal for motorcycling. I know some people go out on their bikes regardless of the weather. I used to. As my riding now is mainly for pleasure, I don't get much pleasure out of riding in pouring rain on wet, gritty, salty roads. But there we go. Yes, I will find out exactly how many weeks it was. I don't know what that was about. I think it's been about 5 weeks. Oh dear. Keep forgetting about that sunken manhole cover back there. And of course I did miss out on a couple of potential riding opportunities because although the weather was favourable, I was laid out by the lurgy. This happens a lot this time of year, and yeah, I'm absolutely certain I was not the only one. I know my wife had the heavy cold before I got it, and although what I ended up going down with wasn't quite the same as what she had, it seemed to be worse. And no, I'm not talking about man flu, that horrible derogatory man-bashing term. But anyway, yes, here we are. Beautiful day, beautiful bike. Let's get out and wake this gorgeous machine up. Oh, excuse me. So yes, little run out. I'll say little run out. It's going to turn into a decent run out. Decided to head out towards Littlehampton. Phil 480's stomping ground. Not likely to see him. It's Friday. Chances are he's at work. And from there, head up towards the Triumph dealership at Washington. So yes, I've noticed that a few of the other moto vloggers have taken Christmas and New Year breaks and are now starting to post vlogs again. I know my first actual New Year vlog posting was a bit of a cheat because I filmed it in December. But there we go. That's actually became available on New Year's Day, I believe. But yes, it was filmed a week or so before that. And I was watching Calm Biker's first ride and vlog of the year. And blow me down if he didn't almost word for word say what I was planning on saying. A bit about not being able, the weather not being up to much for vlogging over Christmas and New Year, being unwell, being busy, etc., etc. All things that obviously I have already recounted. As I understand it, that he and I share a surname. So maybe there's a bit of a connection there. But then, as I say, so many people have the same requirements on their time and tendency to be ill over Christmas. I know my sister and her husband were quite poorly, as they are pretty much every Christmas. And I mean over Christmas, not just around the Christmas period. I have absolutely no idea why that should be the case, but I'm sure they must be getting pretty fed up with it by now. Isn't that rather splendid? Fluffy clouds in the blue sky, yes. And the river quite full, River Arun. And that is what riding a motorcycle is mainly about. Actually very pleasant temperature-wise. I anticipated being colder, as I had my mid-season gloves on. I haven't even got my heated grips on. Well, I suspect I may have to put them on soon. But yes, had a good Christmas. Did I mention that? Christmas? I think I might have mentioned it. Yeah, you know, I've hinted at it a few times. Excuse me. Look on the bike. Bob. Oh well. Yes, I can't remember whether I mentioned in one of my vlogs that I recorded in the run-up to Christmas that I knew what I was getting for Christmas from the family. I was getting a Nolan crash helmet, and basically the family were clubbing together. Come on, go, go, go. To purchase it for me, as it was quite heavily discounted on M&P's website. So a flip front helmet, rather like this Capo Justissimo that I have. I like that style of helmet. I like the convenience. Yes, there is a little more weight involved and a little more noise, depending on how the flip front mechanism's being implemented. But then I don't exactly have a weedy, weak little neck, so I'm fairly certain I can handle a few more ounces on top of my wants. already. Good grief. There's an opportunity for an overtake here. It might be. Yes, I was given a Nolan N104 Absolute helmet for Christmas, and I have yet to start wearing it because it does not yet have a Bluetooth comm system installed. So I was hoping to be able to get one of the Nolan systems that is custom fit for this particular helmet. Actually, I think there are a couple of different models of Nolan helmets, but so yeah, the Nolan Universal systems are around £180–200 mark. I mean, for that you are getting a system that you know will fit neatly and tidily within the crash helmet, and all you'll have on the outside is a low profile keypad. So at the moment, yeah, I'm not in any rush to start wearing the Nolan. I'd like to, because it's a much more comfortable helmet than this one. It suits my head shape better. Not that this one is painfully uncomfortable. Just can start to hurt my ears a bit on a long run. Good grief, man. Are we going to get a move on at all? Anytime? You know, soon? Yeah, so I'm torn between spending just a couple of £100 to get a much more functional system that I know will install neatly into the crash helmet, or spend quite a bit less, probably half to a third of that, the money of the Nolan system. I think the Senna 3S system is a basic system with a nice low profile keypad that goes on the outside. It is nice along this valley. Clapham, just gone through the village of Clapham, I think. I'm not sure which came first, this village down here of Clapham or the one up in London. But anyway. So there seems to be plenty of police around today. I expect they're out to keep an eye on people out on their bikes for the first time in a month or two. Hopefully make sure they're behaving themselves. That is amazing. Great view out over that valley. Of course, one of the reasons for going for something like the Senna system is you are getting an established brand. They've obviously been in Bluetooth comms, particularly helmet comms, for quite some time. So I'd like to think that that means you're going to get a good, reliable, quality system. Well, I was watching a YouTube video the other day. Somebody had bought one of the other Senna systems for 30k, I think, and found that there were quite a few major problems with it. I can't remember what they were now. I just read it because it was one of the systems that I had. Thought, oh, maybe that will do for what I want, but it's another one of those 250, 300 pound systems, and I simply don't have that sort of money. Oh, excuse me, signal nice and early. Nice and easy. No signals from this Land Rover. Yeah, I'll get my lines very good at the moment, but then there's customer talking now there. Okay, that was a quick visit to Triumph dealership, Washington, destination Triumph. Now heading home. Yes, I do quite like the look of the new Tiger 1200. I always have liked the Tiger range. And of course the Tiger 800 is probably as much bike as anybody needs, really. I'm afraid I do rather lust after the 1200. Maybe I'm compensating something. I don't know. Did I start that camera running? I can't remember now. Changed the battery off, I don't know if I started that one running. Switched it on, but I don't know if I pressed record. off the paint, David. Yeah, it's starting to get a bit chilled now. Starting to stiffen up a bit. Not in a fun way. Oh, I do love my bike. I think I might have mentioned that once or twice. Love my bike. This bike is now coming up to 24 years since it was first registered. Just over 61,000 miles on the clock. The majority of which I have put on her, it, him, whatever you want to call it. Weekdays are not normally the best of days to go out during the daytime. There tends to be an awful lot of business type traffic around vans and trucks and things. Obviously it's a working day, so they will be out working. Gosh. See how I got for that? Absolutely stunning logic. Ooh, yeah. Oh, excuse me. Oh yeah, the river's well up. So heavy rain we've had the last few days. That's where most of it ends up. We've had so much heavy rain, it's probably about time to start talking about a hosepipe ban. Excuse me. Slightly over-gripping at the moment. My hands ache a little bit. Just ease off. So I think I'm gripping the heated grips quite tight, trying to suck heat out of them into my hands. That's not how they work. Oof. Awful bit of road here. Nice scenery. Pretty bad road surface. I've yet to try that pub. I keep meaning it to. Oh, nice. Opposite camber here, adverse camber, whatever you want to call it. The road is sloping down away from the inside of the curve, so it's the wrong way basically. So basically the angle between you and the road is sharper than the angle between you and vertical. I think they caught me out once many years ago when I was riding quite reasonably along on my Lambretta I had at the time. Went round a gentle right-hand bend, and next thing I knew I was rolling in the road and my bike was sliding alongside me. Somehow I'd completely lost grip. Absolutely no idea how. It's possible there was diesel on the road at that time. It was probably not something that would have been in my consciousness, but that's a bit jerky. Yeah, so I have a list of topics and thoughts that I am planning on making some blog videos about, video logs, this coming year. Hopefully this year will be the year that I start to accumulate some viewers, if not subscribers. I don't anticipate this channel reaching the dizzying heights of motornosity at Chase on Two Wheels or even Spicy 110, Bill 480. It would be nice to start getting a few views and a few comments. Hopefully constructive or supportive comments. Don't want people to say, yeah, brilliant, it's Spark, just because they think they have to. Mind you, that's not how the internet works, is it? People very rarely say nice things because they think they have to. With the internet, people generally take their anonymity and protection of the keyboard to say nasty things. Excuse me. Oh dear, stop coughing. Every time I cough it misses my visor up terribly. That's one thing I'm looking forward to about the Nolan. It's got a pin lock system in the visor. So hopefully misting up should be a thing of the past. Oh dear, excuse me. So I hope my heated grips don't start playing up on me over the next few months. I think I'm going to need them a reasonable amount. Hopefully they'll work when I need them. So one of the problems will be finding replacements if they do pack up. That'll be one of the problems of these is if they do pack up, just deciding where they packed up, because the electronics are all integrated into the grips themselves. There is no separate control box, so this is something I've already discussed on my data tool phone grips vlog, which has actually got more views than all of my other vlogs put together. So thank you for that, whoever that was. Nobody left any comments, but do like these EBC discs and pads. Nice, smooth, confidence-inspiring braking. That's nice, slick Type R, very nice. I don't know who he's trying to impress. To be honest, I don't know whether I'll use any of this video at all. Oh, will do. I'll just edit it down to about 10 or 15 minutes. Obviously there's quite a lot of it that is not very interesting. Who said that? Who said none of it's interesting? Yeah, you're probably right.